So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
Why did you have this? Why did you reach out to Guccifer? Why did you reach out to WikiLeaks?
Well, first of all, my direct messages with Guccifer 2.0, if that's who it really is, come almost 6 weeks after the DNC emails had been published by WikiLeaks. So in order to collude in their hacking, which I had nothing whatsoever to do with, one would have needed a time machine. Secondarily, I wrote a very long piece. You can find it, Stone Cold Truth. I doubt that Guccifer is indeed a Russian operative. I also once believed that he had hacked the DNC. I don't believe that anymore either. I think it was an inside job, and the preponderance of evidence points to a load to a thumb drive or some other portable device, and the device is coming out the back door. But Chuck, also 10 days ago, the Washington Post reported that based on the Democratic minority memo, that the Russians had sent documents to me for review. I've never received any documents from the Russians or anybody representing them. I never had any contact with any
Did you receive any documents
Russians.
And you didn't know it was a Russian?
We're going to get to this video in just a second. I just wanted to give you a quick Operation Hal reminder that you can click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our online InfoWarrior training camps. We are now determined to raise up 1,000 YouTube channels just as powerful as Operation Hal. If you're one of those people who wants to have a YouTube channel like Operation Hal that reaches millions of people per month and generates revenue for the information war, click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our free training.
I never received any documents from anyone purporting to be a Russian or otherwise, and I never saw the WikiLeaks documents in advance.
Are you concerned that Mr. Mueller hasn't asked you, hasn't subpoenaed you, hasn't asked you for an interview? Do you think he's building a case against you?
There's nothing there. I have no concerns. I'll be happy to answer his questions. I believe my emails have probably, based on that New York Times story, already been reviewed.
So you believe all of your emails have been scooped up via FISA warrant by Mr. Mueller?
I'm relying on the New York Times of January 20th, 2016. That's what, 2016, yes. That's 2017, pardon me. That's what they reported.
If you were Mr. Mueller and you had this communication that you saw between you and Mr. Assange, and the fact that you talked about predicted Podesta's time in the barrel, why wouldn't you consider that suspicious behavior if you were Mr. Mueller?
Yeah, I'd look for any proof that I had advanced knowledge of the content or the source.
Because to the public, you understand why a lot of people think you had advanced knowledge of the Podesta emails. Because of all things to be focused on, John Podesta is not a household name. Certainly wasn't a household name in August.
I understand the effort to distract from the content of those emails because they show Hillary Clinton to be greedy, corrupt, and up to her neck in campaign dirty tricks. So let's make a controversy about where they came from, not the substance of them. Say this about Julian Assange. I reject the idea that he's a Russian asset. I reject the idea that WikiLeaks is a Russian front. I think he is a journalist, a courageous journalist, and frankly, his track record for accuracy and authenticity is superior than the New York Times or the Washington Post.
The CIA director, Mike Pompeo, compared WikiLeaks to ISIS, and essentially said they're a non-state actor trying to undermine the United States. They do not.
Right. Well, our intelligence agencies also told us that there was no metadata collection program on American citizens. That turned out to be a lie. They told us that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Our intelligence agencies, sadly, have been politicized, and they have said things that I think fit a political agenda. Their role in leaking against this president, their role in forwarding a phony dossier that was used as the rationale for surveillance by the state of the Republican candidate for president is an abuse of power far more egregious than what happened in Watergate.
Did you suggest to the president that he, at that press conference, say, Russia, if you're listening, go find Hillary Clinton's emails?
I can honestly say that that candidate Trump, Donald Trump, President Trump, and I have never discussed the WikiLeaks disclosures before, during, or after.
You've never had a single discussion about Hillary Clinton emails with him at all?
That is correct.
Nothing about Hillary Clinton. I understand WikiLeaks. Not once about Hillary Clinton emails. You never had one conversation with President Trump about that?
Not a single one, no.
And that's the same answer you're going to give if Mr. Mueller asks you that question?
It's the same answer that I gave the House Intelligence Committee under oath months ago, and certainly the same answer I would give the special counsel. Donald Trump and I have never discussed the matter.
You have made the case here that there was no collusion there that you're aware of. Would it have been wrong to collude with a foreign adversary to undermine Hillary Clinton's campaign?
There's no evidence that this happened. You're asking me to answer a hypothetical question. I mean, it seems to me that Mr. Steele was colluding with Russians.
Do you think it's fair game to get incriminating evidence from a foreign government about your political opponent?
But that didn't happen, Chuck, so I'm not going to answer a hypothetical question. It was unnecessary. The idea that Donald Trump needed help from the Russians to beat Hillary Clinton is an excuse. It's a canard, a fairy tale. I don't believe it ever happened.
What did George Papadopoulos plead guilty to then?
That's an interesting question. Both Mr. Papadopoulos and Carter Page appear to me to be volunteers on the Trump campaign. I saw in the media reports that Papadopoulos urged the campaign to meet with the Russians. I also read that the campaign seems to have rejected that advice.
It's been reported by some who have heard testimony from him and have seen some evidence that he apparently was told that the Russians had Democratic emails.
I have no knowledge of that. I believe he was indicted for lying to the FBI, as I recall.
Who is Randy Credico?
Randy Credico was a confirming source on July 12th of 2016. Assange said in an interview that he had information on Hillary and he would publish it. I knew that Credico knew Assange, and I asked him whether this was true. A couple of days later, he confirmed that it was. He did not have any comment about the source or the timing or the content of those disclosures. I testified about this under oath to the House Intelligence Committee. Mr. Credico chose to plead the Fifth Amendment.
So he is the only person, when you said you were talking to somebody who had a relationship with Assange, he's the only person you're referring to here?
That is correct, and that's called a confirming source. It was a very narrow question. Look, Assange himself has said all Roger Stone did was to watch his interviews and his tweets and repeat things he had already said publicly. That is entirely true. I actually never claimed otherwise. I did before I wrote a column and got out there in interviews predicting that they really had this mother lode on Hillary Clinton, asked for some confirmation, and it was supplied. It's that narrow.
Going back to this FISA warrant issue, do you believe that one was issued on you, or this is stuff that was scooped up based on targeting of somebody else?
You can catch part 3 of this 3-part video series at the Operation Zakar YouTube channel.
Hey everybody! I just wanted to break in real quick for an Operation HAL Info Warrior update. Many of you thousands of Operation HAL subscribers are passionate patriots. We can tell because of the comments that you leave in the comment section. But America needs more than just passionate comments from anonymous subscribers. America needs info warriors who are willing to spread information. Believe it or not, us patriots, we are beginning to win the info war. We are on the march and the enemy is on the run. They never anticipated this explosion of social media. The bad guys who are behind the scenes attempting to destroy our republic, they didn't realize that platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook would give voice to those of us who haven't been fooled by the fake news, Project Mockingbird, CIA-ran media. Patriots like you and me now have a level playing field to take part in the war for the soul of our nation. And the good news is, we don't even have to use guns. We can simply use our home computers and laptops, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, the Operation HAL YouTube channel has reached over 73,000 unique individuals just this month. So if you want to get off of the sideline and onto that playing field, we at Operation HAL want to help. We have helped over 18,000 individuals just like you. Learn how to create and distribute content online. It doesn't matter if you're a novice with computers or a pro. Operation HAL is willing to train you for free in our simple techniques that will allow you to have a voice in our nation.
Hey guys, normally at this point in the video, we would tell you to email Mackenzie, but unfortunately YouTube is threatening to cancel our Gmail account as well. So if you want to sign up for the free online Info Warrior training, click on the link in the description box below and you can sign up directly for our next boot camp.